interesting that men don't want for us to believe that they are disposable, but they believe that we are disposable and that they can live without us.
The statistics get really crazy when we get into the black community. When you look at 3 out of 4 women are okay not having a man, right? They're just okay with it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think like a woman...
Are you okay without having a woman?
It's different.
Why?
It's different because...
Let's dive into that.
A woman needs a man more than a man needs a woman.
Jesus is Lord.
I'm gonna pray on that.
Just take it in. Think about it.
I need y'all to rewind that.
I can say it again.
Say
A woman needs a man more than a man needs a woman.
why?
So we'll start with the aspect of family, right? A man brings certain emotional balance, right, to the relationship, to the children. He teaches, if you're going to have boys, how are you going to teach a boy how to be a man if you don't have a man in the family, right?
That's fair, okay.
And so a lot of these kids, especially these young men, they grow up being emotional, right? Easily triggered. These are all feminine characteristics. They're argumentative, right? It's passion. It's not negative, but it's feminine. And there's a right place for it, but it shouldn't be the number one driving force in a man.
So,
right?
okay, so let's say they have a girl. Who's going to teach the girl how to be feminine if women need men more than men need women?
You can teach a woman how to be feminine, but in order for her to have a well-balanced future for her family, you're going to have to teach her how to be a wife. And you can't teach her how to be a wife if you don't have a husband. Black women are okay with breaking up the family when they have these conversations. I've had these conversations before. Like, they're okay with there not being a family unit of man and woman, and they ask the same things. You're not the first one to ask, like, hey, what's wrong with that? And I challenge that in saying, like, okay, what's wrong with it is now you continue a cycle of women who feel like they don't need men. In actuality, women need men every single day.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Yeah.
Why?
Go ahead.
I'm really having trouble trying to comprehend
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
need a man every single day. Like, what? I got here without your help.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about to this video shoot?
Yep, I got here without his help. I got to my job this morning without a man's help.
Okay.
I got my job without a man's help. I make my money. Without a man's help. So I haven't needed it so far.
Here, we're going to get into it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The problem is this, and Kevin Samuels has talked about this a bunch of times on this podcast, right? Mm-hmm. He says we've civilized the world so much that women actually think that a man is disposable, right? That they actually don't need a man at all. You know what I mean? That's why it's crazy for someone like me to say, actually, you know what? Men are important. You do need a man. You do need that masculine energy in your life. And the reaction is just basically what you just did is like, you think I need you? You know what I mean? But let me explain. Who's building the car that you drove in here to come meet me?
Somebody on some assembly line?
Men.
You don't know that.
I know that for sure. I know that women don't make...
Did you
I
meet
know
the
that
person
for sure.
made your car?
Well, statistically speaking,
Cap.
men are the majority of the workforce if you go into like places like manufacturing, right? You may not need... If you're going to say, I don't need a man at all in my life and I could be single and raise up a kid, then you have to ask yourself, like, you still do need men for protection. Men are there to protect and provide, even though you don't see it because the world has been civilized so much that women today can really think that they don't need men. But when you get in trouble, who do you call? Jesus. You call the police.
No.
So what? You call your homegirls?
I don't call when I'm in trouble.
If your house is on fire, who are you gonna call? You're gonna put it out yourself with a bucket?
I would call the police.
You call the police. You call 911 and it's not a woman firefighter crew that would show up, right? An all-woman firefighter crew, the majority of men. Here's my point is what I'm trying to say. On a macro level, you can't avoid the fact that you need men, right? That's from a bigger perspective.
I hate
that
word.
You can't avoid that. But when it gets personal, now feelings get involved. And this is when people start to act irrational and say things like men are disposable and I don't need them. When actually, I think it's healthy to have that masculine energy.
So
in the home, it's actually important, right? It's essential, very much needed.
I would like to ask a question. Do you need women? And I really want you to say no.
To what? Really, to survive? No.
Women don't. So then, why do women need men to survive?
Well, that's easy. Look around. Who's providing and protecting?
Okay.
See, me, I'm the type of woman that I believe in a family unit. I believe that men and women need each other. You know what I mean? But not in order to survive. You understand? Because I've survived alone pretty much without a man. And there have been plenty of times I've called 911 and a woman showed up who was a female police officer or female firefighter. So I don't get that. I think needing a man for physical strength, that sounds right because men feel like they're more physical than women. And sometimes when I want to work on things like my cars or, changing tires or oil or something like that, maybe taking out the trash, a lot of times I think, oh, I need a man around to do that. You know what I mean? But if that's the only thing I feel like I need men for, that's not a lot of stuff. When I think about the things I need men for, it always has something to do with physical labor. As far as survival goes, like, again, what are men supposedly protecting us from? Other men? I mean, I could take self-defense classes and buy me some mace or a gun or something like that. Security, I can pay for security. So at the end of the day, like, why would I need a husband? I feel like sometimes men only want a wife when it's time for them to find someone to cook, clean, or wash the clothes, which is basically a whole bunch of duties they don't want to do in the first fucking place. But it's a lot of men around who feel like they can survive just fine without women. So that means all of the things that they think women can do, meaning cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, whatever they feel like women should do, they feel like they can do that without women. But they don't believe that all of the physical things that they know how to do, we can't do better, or we can't find a smarter way to get those things done. See, men can be physically stronger than us, but a lot of times we're mentally stronger than them. So we could come up with ways to do things that they wouldn't have necessarily thought of. I mean, our minds can think up some stuff to invent and help improve our lives. So, I mean, I just don't understand why men feel like we can't do certain things. Like when women team together, when we decide to team together and work together, we equal the strength of a man. Yeah, one of me can't do something, but three of me can do something. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I want to carry a mattress up the stairs, I can't carry it up there by myself. But me, my mom, my sister, and my daughter can carry that shit up there. You feel me? I think men want to feel like they are needed, and women don't necessarily need that type of reassurance. I think in order for a man to feel confident about who he is, he needs to have a woman need him. Men are kind of like talking themselves into believing that women need them. Honestly, like I said at the beginning, I feel like men and women need each other as far as love, as far as companionship, friendship, just someone to walk with you during your life's journey. Someone you could talk to about life experiences when you're working on your mental health or emotional health. You need some type of balance in your life. And as far as raising kids, I do feel like men need to be around to raise sons and women need to be around to raise daughters. We need both. It's like we need balance. So one can't do without the other. I don't see a man being able to teach his young daughter how to be a woman. I just don't see that. Just like men can't see how women can raise boys into men. I have a son right now and I'm like trying to get as much masculinity around him as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can't teach you what other men could teach you. I can teach you how to have a good character. I can teach you how to be a good person. But as far as manhood goes, that's something that you're going to have to learn from other men. Just like I learned womanhood from other women. Oh, it saddens me that everybody is so much against each other. Like, let's unify. Let's figure out a way to do this shit together. You know, the world is not supposed to be men versus women. We supposed to be doing this together. You feel me? Like, everybody out here scared to love one another and scared to be honest and say, hey, I need you. You know what I mean? It's okay to need each other. It's okay to need your man to take the car to the damn mechanic, because mechanics only respect the wallets of man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a mechanic out here gonna charge you extra. If you a woman walking up there not knowing what you're talking about, you just want your brakes fixed. They're like, ma'am, you need your rotors fixed. You need an oil change. You need the tires changed. You're like, I just did this last week. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to tack on shit. But if you got a man with you, it's different. Men start acting straight when another man around, you feel me? Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Soncerae Monique. I'm a certified life coach for both men and women. I have a 50-50 audience, so I try to play fair with both genders. I'm gonna keep it real with both of y'all. Everybody can improve because everybody is a part of the problem. I want everyone to unify and produce loving unions. Hopefully you do too. There is no gender war here. I promote positive perspectives and healthy debates, so be careful what you post inside of my comment section. It is very much okay to disagree, but have emotional intelligence and release toxicity elsewhere, ladies and gents. Don't take it out on each other. Make sure you follow me on all of my socials. Go to SoncereaMonique.com to purchase any of my books or to sign up on any of my membership sites. Thank you for spending time with me. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.